Establishing a strong presence in Myanmar will allow China a backdoor entry into the Indian Ocean. Now, the dragon's growing influence has several implications for India, which also borders with Myanmar. Now, Myanmar is part of India's Act East policy. The country is also a member of the BIMSTEC and the Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation. BIMSTEC is comprised of Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Myanmar, Nepal, Sri Lanka and Thailand. China is planning to build ports in Myanmar, which shares a maritime boundary with India. China's infrastructural projects can clash with India's interests in the region. New Delhi has invested heavily in connectivity projects in Myanmar. Now, India, Myanmar and Thailand are building a trilateral highway which will connect India to the ASEAN. Now, India is also building a road river port cargo transport project which aims to link Kolkata to Sitwe in Myanmar and then from Myanmar's Kaladan River to India's northeast. Now, Myanmar is seen as a crucial partner in the fight to end insurgency in India's northeast. Now, 5 nations whose citizens died when Iran shot down a Ukrainian plane have demanded that Tehran compensate the families of the victims, warning that the world is watching. Now, this came as the foreign ministers of Canada, Ukraine, Sweden, Afghanistan and Britain paid homage to the crash victims at the Canadian High Commission in London. Canada's Foreign Minister, François-Philippe Champagne, has said that Iran must take full responsibility for the crash in which 176 people were killed.
I would think under the circumstances that Iran should take the path of cooperation. The international community is watching. There's a path for Iran to continue in the first step that they've done, which is to admit full responsibility. And like I said, when you admit full responsibility, there are consequences that flow from them, and full cooperation is part of that.
Meanwhile, Ukraine discussed the repatriation of the bodies of Ukrainian victims with Iran. It also demanded access to the plane's black box. 176 people were killed on the 8th of January when a ballistic missile shot down a Ukrainian international airlines plane near Tehran's Imam Khomeini International Airport. Iran had initially denied downing the plane, despite US and Canada saying that their intel that the missiles were involved in the accident. Now, most crash victims were Iranians who were holding dual passports.
They want us to stand for them, like we're doing today.